Welcome to Day 11 of the 12 Days of YMB Christmas. For a few months in 2014, we did a weekly live edition of the YMB podcast. The station we used no longer operates, but we wanted to revisit some of that excitement. So for today's special, we're sharing some clips from our very last live show. Among other things, we'll be chatting about a list of signs that you might be obsessed with Bitcoin. We'll be mentioning a hashtag throughout the show, and that's our secret hashtag for today. If you send a tweet to @YMB and BTC with that hashtag, you'll be entered to win some awesome prizes, including Bitcoin. We'd also like to thank our sponsor, Rollin.io, for supporting our 12-day event. Visit Rollin.io to try out the provably fair Bitcoin dice site. Here we go. Hey everybody, welcome back. This is the YMB and BTC podcast, our special live edition, coming to you every Saturday night, 10 p.m. to midnight, rounding off your weekend. Well, rounding off your week, I guess. Still a little bit of weekend left. With a great big Bitcoin bang. I am Daniel Brown, and I'm here with John Stewart. What's up, John?
Hey there.
So, price is down quite a bit. That's a shame. We've been talking about that a little bit. But we do have some really awesome tweets that we want to get to. We've actually had a surprising amount of action on Twitter tonight. So thanks for those, everybody. We're going to get to those right now. And if you want to get your tweet on the air, head to YMBandBTC.com/live. That's your center for everything YMB Live. There's a button right there, and it'll fill in the hashtag YMB Live. That's how you can make sure we'll find your tweet. And you can vote for tonight's New Week song. We'll be on the air till midnight, and we're going to play an awesome new song to welcome in an even better week than last week. So stick around for all of that, and vote for the song that you want to hear at midnight. You can play the song right in the webpage, so you can sample which ones if you haven't heard them before. And hopefully whichever one you vote for will win. But we're going to read a tweet or two right now. This is the YMB and BTC podcast, our special live edition. Let's get going again. So the first one here is from the Baron of Bitcoin, or at Baron Bitcoin. He says he's glad to hear us on. He hates the assholes that keep attacking all of the Bitcoin sites he loves. That, I don't know if you have heard about any of this, John, but yeah, the DDoS attack that Chain Radio is experiencing right now is not just unique to Chain Radio. For some unknown reason, trollage, I guess, trolls out there, assholes or whatever, a lot of Bitcoin sites have been getting attacked, DDoS'd or whatever, and it's a huge shame. I have no idea why, but it's a lot of the news sites, like I said, Chain Radio, they've been just attacked. So they're working on it. Another one there is from the tweet from Chain Radio, the actual Chain Radio account. That's Rockstar, if you don't know. He does some programming during the day. 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, lunch hour, that kind of stuff. He said, full-time broadcasting will resume on Monday, and in the meantime, YMB and BTC Live is weathering the storm and on air. Check them out. Well, if you're listening to this, you're already checking us out, so thank you for that. And maybe tell a friend, tell them to check it out or something too. And tell them they can get their thoughts on the air. All they have to do is tweet us, and we'll catch up with them and read it on the air. So Got one more here. This is from the Great Big Bit. They've been one of our awesome sponsors at Chain Radio. They say 2 of their developers are working late and tuned in. Plus, they're casting their votes right now for this week's song. Heck, that's awesome. If you're working late, what could be better than the Great Big Bitcoin Bang of YMB Live, right? So thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for voting. And anyone else, get over there and vote. YouMeandBTC.com/live. There's actually a tie right now between Mr. Wendell by Arrested Development and Photograph by Ed Sheeran. So if you like one of those better than the other, you got to get over there and make one of them pull ahead. You can vote for 2 out of the 3 if you like. So anyway, John, tell us why you didn't get much sleep last night.
Well, I actually didn't get much. I didn't get much sleep last night because I was like awake until 4 o'clock in the morning, and for some reason, I cannot sleep in past 7:30 anymore. Like, it doesn't matter when I go to bed. I always wake up at 7:30. No alarms or anything. Yeah.
You know, in some ways, I don't know if I would mind that, because I am the worst morning person. I cannot move or speak until I've had at least 1 cup of coffee in me, and I can't wake up early to save my life. So in some ways, I wish I could. I wish I did get up at 7:30 every day, just naturally, so I could get a little bit of stuff done. But I just suck at mornings. So anyway.
Yes, there are benefits, but it kind of sucks when you go to bed at like 4 in the morning.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Fortunately, I haven't had any nights quite that bad recently, but I definitely... Well, tell us about your song.
All right, so it's actually a song. I didn't actually write this song. This is written by a friend of mine that I went to middle school with for a while, an old friend, and he's written plenty of songs. He's another great songwriter, and if you're looking for up and coming artists, keep an eye on him. His name is Sam Stuckey. He had an album out a couple of years ago. I don't know if it's anywhere online or not. I should probably know that, but I don't. I have a physical copy of it. But yeah, there's some great songs on there. And a few months ago, I guess it was, we decided to start recording together. We hadn't really hung out in a while because I don't know why we hadn't hung out in a
Stuff
while.
happens.
Yeah, life and stuff like that. So yeah,
Gets in the way of everything.
Yeah. Actually, I think we might have worked on a song last year or something. I can't remember. I'd need to look back in my archives. But yeah, it was over the summer. We decided to kind of try to get together and work on some stuff. So he had a couple songs, I had a couple songs, and we just kind of started recording them. I guess I'm taking kind of the role of a producer and engineer on this kind of stuff because I have the recording set up, and I play some of the instruments on the songs he writes. He plays some of the instruments on the song. We kind of share those duties.
Nice.
But yeah, it's been really awesome, and we both wrote a couple more songs. I think we're gonna try to finish up some more recording over the winter when we have a little bit of free time. Maybe early next year or something, we might have a little short album out or something if we're lucky. But yeah, this song that we're gonna play tonight is the first song that has been completely finished from those sessions. I have the other ones that are at various stages of completion, and this song, I guess, might be near and dear to a lot of people's hearts if they hear it, because it's a song about nonviolence, which is something that we both believe in, and many people in the liberty-loving community believe in, and I'm sure there are many of you listening, or many of the people who are listening are liberty loving
Yeah.
people.
Well, yeah, we've played your Adam Kokesh remixes a couple times on right here on the live show. So probably our listeners have heard that kind of stuff before. Adam Kokesh wrote Freedom, and there's an audiobook, and John's been remixing that. So that's kind of cool. And yeah, those are some of the things. I mean, not 100%, but those are some ideas that we generally agree with. And yeah, I had a chance to preview the song, obviously, because I'm about to play it, so I got to hear it first. But yeah, I think it's a great song, and just fun to listen to, too, obviously. Great music, great vocals, too. So, sweet. We're going to play it right now, I think, unless anything else we should add, John.
No, I just think it's a great, more personal approach to the ideas of nonviolence, and it doesn't really bring politics in it too much. I don't think it's pretty straightforward. Most people get something cool out of it.
Yeah, it definitely has a kind of a personal feel. I mean, he's I mean, I guess the refrain is a kind of some life advice that he's trying to offer. So, sweet. You think we're good to go?
Yep.
All right, this is 30 Seconds by our very own John Stewart and Sam Stuckey.
Why do you need to rely on something not living to guard your fragile life? Keep it the way it was before. Why do you add to the conflict? You're fueling the flame, increasing hatred even more to the way it was before. But are you okay with the concept of taking more than you were first given years before? 'Cause there's an ocean of hatred seeping through the floor, with each act of violence getting more attention than the one before. And I think, what would happen if we threw the system on and we just took 30 seconds to forgive the ones who are so lost? Why do you sacrifice what you have been given for building walls and war, setting off bombs to set the score? Why do you never listen to words that were written years and years before, unless it's something you stand for? And are you okay with the concept of taking more than you were first given years before? 'Cause there's an ocean of hatred seeping through the floor, with each act of violence getting more attention than the one before. And I think, what would happen if we threw the system off and we just took 30 seconds to forgive
right. 30 Seconds by Sam Stuckey, a track that I helped do some arranging and production and recording on. A great song, I think. I love Sam's stuff. That's why I'm working with him. Great lyrics and music. Great singer. Great singer. If you like that, make sure you keep an eye out because we'll have plenty more stuff coming out in the future. And I think some of it's even better than that song. So if you like that, definitely keep an eye out.
Yeah, and I don't know how you feel about plugging yourself, John, so I'll do a little bit here, but always just check out John's stuff. It's just always amazing. So I normally go on SoundCloud and search for John Stewart or JJ Stewart. One of those two, you'll find him. So keep an eye on John too. So
it's worth mentioning also that my music is all free and Creative Commons. So if you ever want to use it for anything, feel free. Just make sure you put my name somewhere. I guess that's part of the deal. But even if you do that, don't do that. I won't really be that mad.
Yeah. Well, I want to take just 10 seconds to mention for anybody that didn't hear before that John is on Skype. He's a little bit choppy, but luckily we've been able to hear most of it. Better than one of the days we had, I don't know, a week or two ago. So just want to mention that real quick. Apologies, but it's been working out well enough. So hey everybody, welcome back. This is the You, Me, and BTC podcast, our special live edition coming to you every Saturday night from 10 p.m. to midnight, rounding off your weekend with a great big Bitcoin bang. And we're going to get your new week started with an awesome new week song. So stick around for that. That'll be at midnight, of course, when the new week starts. And if you want to take part in the new week celebration, head to youmeandbtc.com/live. And you can vote for what song we should play. We have 3 awesome options there. You definitely want to vote. You can vote for 2 out of 3 if you like. And send us a tweet. There's a button right there. You can tweet us. And anything you tweet with the hashtag YMBLive, we're going to read on the air. So get over there and do that. This is the You, Me, and BTC podcast, a special live edition. We're going to get to 24 reasons that you might be obsessed with Bitcoin. That'll be coming up right here. Here we go. Yeah, so the name of the article is 24 Signs You're Obsessed with Bitcoin. These are really fascinating. I kind of wish I got to this earlier because these are hilarious. So we will get to that in just a moment. But I did want to mention something. Just mention what our songs are. Mr. Wendell by Arrested Development, Photograph by Ed Sheeran, and then the last one I wanted to say, Readers Do You Read by Chris Zabriskie. Zabriskie? Yeah, that's probably better. Zabriskie. Anyway, the reason that one's on there, or I guess the place I originally heard that song was actually in a video that was done by Coding in My Sleep. He's a blogger who, it wasn't always this way, but now all he blogs about is Bitcoin. He did an awesome video that was a kind of a visualization of the history of Bitcoin. It's pretty cool, an animation thing that kind of like a video infographic maybe, all kinds of history about Bitcoin. So that's where I heard Readers Do You Read by Chris Zabriskie. That's why it's on the list now, so you can vote for it if you like. youmeandbtc.com/live. You can vote for 2 out of 3 if you like, and you can sample the songs right there in the webpage if you haven't heard them before. So get over there and do that. You said you did have a chance to vote, right, John?
Yeah, I did.
Are you willing to reveal what you voted for?
I'm very willing. I voted for Mr. Wendell all the way.
Really? Just Mr.
All the
Wendell?
way.
Did you vote for one or two?
No, I just voted for one.
Nice. It's an awesome song. And actually, it's
I'm-
that one's tied right now with Photograph. So if you like one of those two better than the other, you better vote, because they're tied right now, and you got to get one ahead of the other. So
And
this is
Mr.
actually-
Wendell, I'm just saying.
yeah, this is the first week that we have not had Glossoli by Sigur Rós on the ballot. I don't know why, but it never won before. My favorite song of all time, I was saying the same thing. I said, you can vote for whatever you want as long as it's Glossoli, right? But nobody ever did. So, well, I mean, we might have had a couple, but it didn't win. So now John is saying that you have to vote for Mr. Wendell. So either support him or just flat out reject him and vote for Readers Do You Read. Anyway,
Yeah.
sorry. That's youmeandbtc.com/live if you want to. Well, you do want to, trust me. So anyway,
And you do
John.
want to vote for Mr. Wendell.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man. If you win this, John, I'm going to be upset, because people listen to you when you tell them what to vote for, but they won't listen to me.
Well,
Anyway, go ahead.
I guess maybe they trust my opinion or something because I'm a musician, maybe. I don't
right.
know that for sure, but that's only semi-legitimate. My opinion's probably not worth much more than the average person.
No, I could see that. And, I mean, I think for pretty much anything, people should trust you more than me. I don't know why anybody would trust me. Oh, boy. So, John, you want to tell us, you want to maybe kick off the list of these, 24 signs that you're obsessed with Bitcoin. Which one? Well, yeah, we'll just start. I mean, it might take a little bit, but I think they're all pretty good. So we might as well go through them all and read them, and then we'll see if they apply to us. And actually, I think it would be a really good idea for anybody listening, if you see one that definitely applies to you, which might be all of them, I don't know, but let us know. Send us a tweet with the hashtag YMB Live. Let us know which of these apply to you, which one's your favorite. Anything at all, actually, you can tweet us, and we'll read it on the air. So do that as we go through these. It's all you, John.
All right. Yep. So you're probably familiar with this kind of list. They've been popping up on BuzzFeed and I think Cracked or whatever. They're kind of big on the internet right now, I guess. It's just kind of a list of things targeted at a certain demographic of people.
Yeah.
And these are about Bitcoin. 24 signs you're obsessed with Bitcoin. Number 1, you check the price within 5 minutes of waking up. And they have a picture of a guy laying in bed with his smartphone. It looks like he just woke up, or either that or he's just really confused, or both.
So I don't actually do this anymore. I mean, not intentionally anyway. I have the price on my phone, right on top. I use an app, and it's in my notification bar all the time. So it's always there, but I actually don't find myself consciously checking it very much at all anymore. I mean, I'll see now and then what it's at, but a whole lot less than I used to. I don't know. Do you check it that often, John?
Well, I don't have a smartphone, so that
Oh,
limits
yeah.
me quite a bit.
Oh,
But,
man.
Even when I'm like sitting around browsing my computer, I don't check that often. I might check once a day, or maybe like once every other day. I'm not that. Yeah, I've never really checked it too often.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem that, I don't know. I mean, like we were saying, we were talking about the price at the beginning of the show, and we're just like, well, yeah, it's down. So what? We're in it for the long haul, I think, so.
Yeah, and I mean, it usually, I don't think I've ever really seen it make any huge change, like changes more than like $5 or $10 in a day. unless it was some kind of big news thing. Like if there was if there was a change more than that, I probably would hear about it and not even have to check. And if it changes $5, I'm not really. It doesn't really affect me too much.
Exactly. Number 2, your friends have been forced to sit through your spiels about all the joys of digital currency. These actually all have GIFs, or not GIFs, but some of them are GIFs, some of them are just images. So this is from CoinDesk if you want to see the images, but the words are enough. Your friends have been forced to sit through all your spiels. I guess I've had a couple of those. Maybe not as much as some people, but yeah, there's definitely been a lot of, well, yeah, all right. A lot of people. Okay. Yeah, I do that all the time, I guess. I don't know why. Yeah, all the time. Do you do that, John?
I don't know. It depends on how you define spiels. I don't think I give spiels very much, but I do make snide remarks pretty often. Like the first thing that comes to my mind is like I was driving past a coffee shop and one of my friends was in the car with me, and she was like, I don't know, I might have said something about the coffee shop or she did, and she was like, yeah, I never go there because they only accept cash and they don't take cards there. And I was like, oh man, that's a shame. I don't think I'll go there unless they start accepting Bitcoin or something like that. Or like, well, if they're only doing that, they might as well just take Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So just kind of that kind of thing. Or like anytime I go to a restaurant with my friends, I'm like, man, too bad they don't accept Bitcoin.
Yeah, definitely. I recently started decorating as much stuff as I can with, Bitcoin logos or decals or whatever. So my computer's got it, my phone's got it. There was something else too. I don't even remember. But anyway, well, I really wanted to tweet a picture of my phone and the Bitcoin decal. But I realized that it's impossible to take a picture of your phone if the only camera you have is your phone. So I don't know. I tried to turn the camera towards the decal, but it just didn't work. So anyway,
the decal just kept moving out of the way.
I know,
crazy.
It's annoying. Like it's like got a mind of its own. Every time it's like I try and look at it, but it turns away. So I don't know. Before we move on to number 3, we do have another tweet. This is also from the Baron of Bitcoin. He says, "You'll shout anything?" ? And then evil laugh. I don't know. I think what he's getting at is that, the evil laugh is supposed to be like, "Ooh, I'm gonna send something crazy for you to shout out," which you're welcome to, please. Hashtag YMB Live. We will. I mean, there might be something that I'm not thinking of that I will just flat out refuse to say on the air. So there is a minor caveat, but in general, yeah. I mean, we're pretty much just going to read anything. But I was also thinking,
most likely thinking penis.
Probably. Maybe
so I'll just get it out of the way.
That's a possibility, definitely. But also, this tweet is a little bit ambiguous. Maybe he was saying you'll shout anything, and then the evil laugh is actually what he wanted us to read on the air. So if that's the case, I think I feel compelled now to shout an evil laugh on the air. Does that make sense? Could it be read that way?
Yeah, I think you could potentially read it that
All right,
way.
so do you want to try the evil laugh, or should I just make a fool out of myself?
Oh man, I'm a bit sick right now. And
all right,
that sounds like an excuse, but I'm kind of serious.
Now I wish I was sick, but I'm not really. So, okay, ready? Deep breath. All right, that's all you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So if you want to tweet us, hashtag YMB Live, with probably very few, if not zero exceptions, yeah, we'll read it on the air. So even if it's an evil laugh, oh boy, that was pretty bad. All right, what's number 3, John? Number 3 reason that you might be, or that you are actually obsessed with Bitcoin.
Yeah, the number 3 is that you keep a hawk-like eye out for Bitcoin accepted here signs. Yeah, I'll just get mine out of the way real quick. My response to this, like I said, I don't have a smartphone. So that can be problematic. So I wouldn't say I have a hawk-like eye out for them, but if I do see one anywhere, I do get a little bit excited, even if I can't necessarily use it myself.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a shame that, I'm a Bitcoin podcast host, and I have to say I actually never spent Bitcoin in person. I have given people Bitcoin. I have reimbursed people with Bitcoin in person, but I've never actually bought something from someone in person with Bitcoin. So I bought stuff online all the time with Bitcoin, but I do have to say what's that?
That was a New Year's resolution of yours, wasn't it?
I know. So I've only got, 4 or 5 months left, so I got to get on that. You're right. That was probably episode 2 of the YMB BTC podcast. I do not even want to know what our audio quality was like back then. So I apologize to your ears if you listen to that, but you really should. You'll see our New Year's resolutions that was one of them. So I have to make a Bitcoin purchase in person. Otherwise, my resolution is going to go the way of about 99% of New Year's resolutions. It's going to fail. There's actually a parody of this logo here. The Bitcoin accepted here kind of icon. There's a parody that that Amagi Metals came up with. It says dollars not accepted here, because pretty soon they're not going to accept dollar. They're not going to accept dollars. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Amagi Metals is an awesome bullion dealer. We've used them a lot, and they won't take dollars pretty soon. What's number 4, John?
All right, number 4 is that you've rehearsed your speech in defense of Bitcoin, just in case you ever run into any skeptics.
Just in case, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess if you take the word rehearsed literally, I guess I've never actually rehearsed something like that, in front of a mirror or anything. I've not quite done that, but I know what he means, and yeah, you do have to think that stuff over and stuff.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever actually rehearsed. I think what happens to me is that I run into somebody who's like, well, what's so great about Bitcoin? And then I'm like, and stuttering over my words, trying to spit out what it is, and I can't put together a coherent thought. And then afterwards, I'm like, I should come up with some kind of response to that sort of question, but I've never actually done it. So,
yeah. So I guess what you're saying is you should have rehearsed it, but you haven't. I can understand that, and I guess, I'm sure I've made mistakes when I've tried to explain Bitcoin too. So I definitely can understand that. Before we move on, there's actually a couple more tweets we should get to. First, one of these was actually directed at you, John. This is from Rockstar. Again, guy in charge here at Chain Radio. He says he loves that you stayed up to make a kick-ass song. Keep on rocking. Awesome. I guess he loved it. I loved it too. So, thanks, Rockstar.
I'm glad. I love it too, and I feel comfortable saying that because I didn't write the main portion of the song.
I think that I speak for John. I'm putting words in John's mouth here, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not wrong. You will keep rocking. I'm pretty sure. Rockstar said keep rocking, and I'm pretty sure John will keep rocking.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's pretty much it's a lifestyle. Rock
Definitely.
till you drop, or
Oh,
something like
geez.
that.
The whole idea of music as a lifestyle, that just reminded me that one of these weeks we got to get American Opera on the New Week song vote, because music is definitely his lifestyle.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought of
I
that,
love
but
that dude.
yeah, well, that'll be up next week, American Opera. But I'll remind you guys for this week. Well, first of all, if you want to send your tweets just like these, do so. Hashtag YMB Live, or head to youmeandbtc.com/live. That's your center for all things while we're on the air. There's a button there to send us a tweet, or you can, like we were just talking about, vote for a New Week song. We're here till midnight. We're here till the new week, so we're going to welcome in the new week with an awesome song right at midnight. And actually, the song is your choice. You got 3 choices this week, and we want you to get over there and vote. Mr. Wendell is what... Holy cow. John, I hate to say it, but people definitely respect your opinion a whole lot more than they respect my opinion. I just refreshed these results. Mr. Wendell now has double the votes than any other option. Oh boy, that hurts, guys. Nobody listens to me when I tell them what to vote for, but John just comes on here one day and is like, "Hey guys, vote for Mr. Wendell," and all of a sudden the votes blow up.
That's actually a little scary. I don't know how I feel about about people listening to me.
Yeah, what happens if people misspeak all the time? What if your words could someday be interpreted as "go kill someone," and then people, they respect your opinion and they do it? Ooh, that would be bad, right?
Yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen.
Anyway, so yeah, if you want to help me feel better and, maybe make it seem like my opinion is just as important as John's, please get to youmeandbtc.com/live. Throw in your vote for something other than Mr. Wendell, if you're willing. Just make me feel better. You can listen to the songs right there if you've never heard them. Your other 2 options are Readers Do You Read by Chris Zabriskie. That was introduced to me by Coding in My Sleep, a Bitcoin blogger. And then your last option is Photograph by Ed Sheeran. I feel like most people probably know who that is. They might not have heard that specific song, but that's another option that you have if you like. We're going to be right back and get into some more reasons, signs that you're obsessed with Bitcoin. There's 24 of them. I really want to get through them all, but they're all just so good and they're taking up some time. So we'll see where things go. We may or may not get to them all, but we will be right back. Head to youmeandbtc.com/live during the break. Send us a tweet and vote. We'll be right back. The You, Me, and BTC podcast.
Cryptocurrency decrypted.
We're sitting down right now with Mr. Jason King.
If you want to with the government, feed homeless people, man.
Mr. Jeffrey Tucker. I lost 10 Bitcoin one time.
With Andreas Antonopoulos. If you don't know who he is, I don't really know why you're listening to our podcast. So
I received $500 in crisp Wendy's. I discovered it was fake.
Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern on Chain Radio.
hey guys, I want to tell you about 2 new items created by a Bitcoin fan for Bitcoin fans. First, there is a new physical Bitcoin designed for do-it-yourself cold storage. It makes a gorgeous collector's piece as well. It's the second in a series of DIY SERP coins, and you better be quick because the first series sold out fast. Second, there is a shiny new Bitcoin pin available. It's made of solid sterling silver with gold plating to accent the shield design and the Bitcoin symbol. There are only 100 pins available in this limited run, so you better hurry for these too. They're even numbered on the back for all you collectors. If you're interested, visit serpco.in and use the code YouMeAndBTC to get 15% off. That's the biggest discount ever offered for these items. That's serpco.in or Serpcoin if you can remember it that way. Check these out.
Hey guys, I'm Tim Baker.
I'm Daniel Brown.
And I'm John Stewart, and we are the You, Me, and BTC podcast.
Cryptocurrency decrypted.
Us three chumps love to talk too much, and for some reason other people seem to enjoy it. At least that's what I've been told, and that's why we're here on Chain Radio.
If you want to hear some more of our Bitcoin-related ramblings, you can find our show at youmeandbtc.com every Thursday.
It usually becomes available for download at some point in the afternoon, or whenever I finish it.
You can also catch the show right here on Chain Radio.
Every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Or, for even more excitement, you can finish out your week strong listening to us live and uncut.
Every Saturday from 10 p.m. to midnight.
We'll see you then.
You're listening to the You, Me, and BTC podcast. We need your help. First of all, we'd love it if you could check out our website, youmeandbtc.com. There you can find donation addresses for every single article and episode, and we'd love it if you could make use of those. We could also use some fans and followers, so if you're willing, please visit Facebook or Twitter.com/youmeandbtc. Lastly, remember to subscribe to the show. You can do that on iTunes or sign up on our website to receive email updates. Thanks for your support. Hey everybody, welcome back. This is the You, Me, and BTC podcast, our special live edition. Guys, tonight has been fantastic. All kinds of fun tweet action on our open tweet lines. Lots of voting for our new week song. Thanks to everyone for participating, and hopefully you'll continue to participate for the rest of the show. Like I said, it's been a ton of fun, and we'll still be here till midnight and a little bit more for our new week song. Coming up at midnight, welcoming in a week that hopefully will be even better than the last week. So if you want to vote for what amazing song we should play, get to youmeandbtc.com/live. You can sample the 3 songs right there and pick your favorite 2 if you like. You can vote for 2 or just 1. And send us a tweet while you're at it. We'll read it on the air. There is one more that I meant to get to, but I didn't. It's another one from the Baron of Bitcoin. We were having fun. He's like, he tweeted a while ago, he's like, well, you'll shout anything? And we're like, well, yeah, we will shout anything. And then he replies again, we all know I was just going to bash John anyway, so. And then John said, well, go ahead, John, what did you say?
Well, I said, I guess since Tim isn't here tonight, I have to be the punching bag by default.
Yeah.
There's no one else here to bash.
Exactly. It's that's Tim's role here, so. Anyway, we're going to get moving. This is You, Me, and BTC, our live edition. Here we go. Well, we're going to get back to these signs that you might be obsessed with Bitcoin. It's an awesome list. I don't know if we'll have time to get to them all, but it's hilarious and interesting and all that. So we're going to get there. But I did promise a few other things, so we're going to try and touch on those, fairly quickly. First of all, an awesome story out of Overstock.com. The main thing that Bitcoin people know and care about with Overstock.com is the fact that, well, heck, they accept Bitcoin, right? They were one of the first, I guess for a time, they were probably the biggest company to accept Bitcoin. The first major online retailer to ever accept Bitcoin. That was amazing in itself. The CEO, Patrick Byrne, has been a huge Bitcoin supporter, really a great visionary in terms of seeing that Bitcoin is amazing. All kinds of things. He's just really smart, great businessman. They also called him the Scourge of Wall Street because he exposed a lot of crazy things in the stock market. But anyway, John, you wanna just tell us about this just a little bit, really? We don't have a ton of time. but we want to hit on it. It's interesting. So they actually announced, this looks like from the 17th, so just a couple days ago, they made a pretty cool announcement. What is it, John?
Well, okay, so the headline of this article is that Overstock is going to donate 4% of Bitcoin revenue to foundations advocating cryptocurrency adoption, which is pretty awesome. That's I don't even know, like, I think it's pretty hard to even predict, like, how big of a deal that could be. If I mean, potentially it could have like oh man, I need to get more sleep next time. All right.
Been too busy working on that kick-ass song.
Yeah. I guess what I'm just saying is I think this, like, just that idea in itself could have a multiplying effect. You know, like, for every person they can help, that's one more person who's accepting Bitcoin. And then how many people does that company reach? You know, so
exactly.
This could be pretty big, potentially. I don't want to say that because I don't want to say for sure because I'm no expert on these things, but that sounds like a pretty important move for them to me. Yeah,
and I mean, there's 4% is probably fairly significant. I mean, they're a big retailer. And I'm sure it's like probably 4%. Well, it says revenue. It could be profit. I'm not quite sure how they define that. But still, 4%, that's going to help some people. And, yeah, like you said, it could network out. Other people, you know, they donate this to somebody who advocates adoption. And then so more people adopt it. More people support Overstock and support these other companies. And then more people adopt it. Absolutely. This is great for the network effect. So, yeah, I don't know if there's much more to say other than that's freaking awesome. There is, I'll read a little bit of a quote here from Patrick Byrne, the CEO. We got to see him speak in D.C. He also spoke in Europe somewhere. Lots of people loved his talk, and it was great. But here's a bit of a quote I'll just read. The cryptocurrency movement is at a critical stage in its evolution. Adoption among the technorati is fairly persuasive, but it needs to make its way into the lives of the masses in the developed and developing worlds, while avoiding the obstacles that uninformed intervention by lawmakers could impose. That's awesome. Uninformed intervention by lawmakers can impose obstacles. We don't have to get into that now, but yeah, we totally agree with that. Then he says, the Chamber of Digital Commerce will help make this possible. We're excited to support them. That's what they say. That's the place they're starting with, is the Chamber of Digital Commerce. That's where they're donating it for now. And I guess if there's any others that they find or want to support, they'll do that too. So awesome. I think that's great. We have another tweet that we should get to. This is from Bitcoin PR, or the handle is @BitcoinPRNet. He says, finally on Twitter, pressured by Rockstar, and then hearing Yumi and BTC and wanting to YMB live tweet. So here I am. Awesome, dude. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tweeting us. We want you to YMB live tweet too. So sweet. Thanks. And anybody else, even if you just want to say, hey, I'm YMB live tweeting, yeah, do it, please. Send us a tweet with the hashtag YMB live. And you can do that at youmeandbtc.com/live. There's a button right there that works great for tweeting us. And also, the reason you want to go there is to vote. We actually got a little bit of a surge on Readers Do You Read by Chris Zabriskie. There was only one vote for a while, but he's jumped up quite a bit. So he's now in second place. Ed Sheeran is actually the lowest now. That's a bit of a surprise, right? He's probably the most popular on that list, but Ed Sheeran is on the bottom at this point. So anyway, Chris Zabriskie and Readers Do You Read is featured with Coding in My Sleep in one of his videos. Bitcoin bloggers. Wow. Bitcoin blogger. So That's pretty cool. Get over there and vote, youmeandbtc.com/live. And please don't vote for Mr. Wendell. I like the song, but I need a little bit of an ego boost because John told people to vote for Mr. Wendell, and they did. And for the past several weeks, nobody ever listened to me. Nobody ever listened to me when I told them what to vote for. So in order to help boost my ego, please don't vote for Mr. Wendell. Anyway, let's jump back to this list of Bitcoin obsession signs. I think we were on we did 4 of them, so we're on number 5, which has a pretty interesting GIF, but I'll let you jump into this one, John. What's the number 5 reason or sign that you're obsessed with Bitcoin?
All right, number 5. You feel a sense of pride whenever you convince someone to embrace digital currencies. So, I don't know if I've ever successfully converted somebody.
Yeah, so in terms of convincing someone myself, I might not have. I know there's several people that I met, and they like Bitcoin, and then I definitely feel pride then. I'm like, oh, yes, you like Bitcoin, me too. So that's happened, but I don't know if... Yeah, you're right. I'm not sure if that's ever happened specifically because of me. The GIF here is it looks like from some sitcom. Do you know what it is? What the show is?
Oh, it's Seinfeld.
Okay,
oh,
Seinfeld.
Man, Daniel, you just made a big mistake.
What?
You just revealed to the world that you don't know Seinfeld.
Yeah, I mean, I might have accidentally caught an episode here or there in my years of TV watching, but yeah, I don't have never watched it intentionally or regularly or anything, so sorry world.
It's okay, I think you'll survive.
Well, yeah, that's there's I guess then, John, what's that character's name?
Elaine is looking pretty excited and prideful, and Jerry is giving one of his typical like rolling his eyes looks.
What is that's not a fist pump. What is that? Where you crank your fist in? Oh yes, I don't know what that's called. But
I don't know, but
there's
that meme with the baby doing that.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I don't know what that's actually called.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm not quite sure. What's number 6, John?
Number 6 is that you daydream about what life will be like once you can use Bitcoin to buy everything.
Oh, actually, okay, yeah, this isn't quite what I thought. I thought it was going to say you daydream about everything you could buy when Bitcoin, is really valuable or something. It's a little different. You're just daydreaming about what life would be like when you can buy anything with Bitcoin. But I do want to ask the question, John. I asked Tim a week or two ago. And actually, heck, for all you listeners out there, send us a tweet. Answer this question. If you don't tweet us anything else, please answer this question because it's an awesome question. Suppose Bitcoin went up to, I don't know, 1,000 again, 5,000, 10,000. Okay, now we're getting up there. Heck, let's say it was 100,000. I don't know. Just say it goes crazy, all right? The question is, what are you going to buy? What's the first thing you're going to buy when the price goes crazy? Do you know, John? Have you thought about that? What you're going to buy when you get rich off Bitcoin?
Yeah, I mean, it would be the same thing that I would buy if I got rich off of anything.
Well, that might be true for anybody.
Yeah, which it would just be I would blow it all on guitars like in a heartbeat. Like I wouldn't even think about it. I'd spend like every last penny, but that would only be if I decide not to pay off my school with it, which is probably what I should do.
Well, I mean, there's always hope that it could, go enough to pay off your school and then some. So, it could happen.
Yeah, let's hope for that. But yeah,
I don't remember if you were in on this decision, but I do remember at one point we decided that if we ever got crazy, filthy rich off of Bitcoin, we were going to book a private yacht and Sigur Rós to play for us on the ocean, for the sunset. Sigur Rós on a private yacht. Were you there for that?
I may have been there for that.
Okay, well
It sounds
that's happening.
sounds vaguely familiar.
If you truly believe that Bitcoin is going to go crazy, then that also means that you truly believe that we're going to get Sigur Rós to play for us on a private yacht, because that's happening if we ever get rich off of Bitcoin.
Dreams can come true, my friends.
They can. I don't even care if they go into hiatus again. We'll put them back together just for us. Okay, well, let's talk about this.
Awesome.
The slightly different proposition. Number 6 was daydreaming about what your life will be like once you can use Bitcoin to buy everything. Do you ever daydream about that, John? I mean, I guess in a general way, yeah, I think about that. I don't know if I quite daydream about it, but I think about it in some ways. Do you daydream?
Yeah, I think I would say the same. I don't know if I'd call it daydreaming, but I have definitely thought about it many times. I think about that probably pretty regularly.
Yeah, I guess just in our last episode, if anybody doesn't know, we do a regular recorded podcast every. Well, it's scheduled for Thursdays. At some point on Thursdays, I get it out. If you want to know for sure that it'll be there, just check on Friday. But anyway, yeah, in our last episode, we talked about actually using Bitcoin in a drive-through. That would be pretty cool. And the idea was that we could, I think it was your idea, John, was that at the speaker, as soon as you place your order, you get a QR code printed out for you right there, and you can pay for it while you're waiting for the line to go through, while you're waiting to get up to the next window. And by the time you get there, you should be good to go. That'd be pretty cool. I think I'll be daydreaming about that for a while.
Yeah, it would definitely be cool.
I wanted to patent that idea, but John wouldn't let me.
Yeah, I want it to be open source. I don't know if you'd call that open source, but whatever, free.
Yeah, free ideas, stuff like that. Okay, so number 7, I think definitely. Well, okay, wait, before we move on, I want to remind people to please answer that question. If you get rich off of Bitcoin, what are you going to buy? Send us a tweet, #YMB Live. Please tweet us. If you get filthy rich off of Bitcoin, first thing you're going to buy, #YMB Live. All right, sorry, John. Hit us up with number 7.
Before I hit up number 7, I have a reminder to vote for Mr. Wendell. It looks like right now it's tied with Readers Do You Read, and
dang.
that is unacceptable.
Some people are making me feel better.
If you're listening, I'm just gonna like believe that you can vote twice on this, right?
Yep, two if you like.
I'm just gonna believe that everybody who voted for Readers Do You Read also voted for Mr. Wendell.
Yeah,
that will make me feel slightly better.
I don't know if the timing works out for that, because I think if you vote twice, you have to vote, for 2 things at once. I don't think you can vote to get Mr. Wendell up to 7 and then go back and vote again to get Readers Do You Read up to 7.
Dang it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, okay, so just vote for Mr. Wendell, people. Let's just make this easy.
Well,
all right, number 7.
I just want to say, I mean, yeah, maybe Mr. Wendell will pull ahead again, but I do want to offer my sincerest thank you to the people who have voted for something other than Mr. Wendell in the past few minutes. My ego is doing a little bit better, so all right, go ahead, John.
It was probably Tim.
Ooh, it could have been Tim. Wait, why would Tim? No, Tim would definitely take your side.
No, I don't know. That's questionable. I don't know whose he would take, but he probably would do it just to spite me. Anyways, back to the list. Number 7, you double, triple check all of your wallets on a more than consistent basis, just to be sure.
See, here's the thing. I know that I should be doing that probably, once a week or something. Unfortunately, actually, no, that's wrong. Some of my wallets, actually, I do. Some of my wallets are opened in a tab. In Chrome, you can have a pinned tab. Yes, I have some of my wallets open in a pinned tab, so they literally never go away from my computer screen. Okay, and actually, on my phone, too, I have some widgets on my home screen that show me some of my wallets. Okay, so that's true. Those I check all the time. They're always there for me to see. But there are some paper wallets that I know I should be checking in on now and then, and I don't. Ooh, you got to be careful there. They could disappear. But even if they did disappear, there's not much you could do about it. So I don't know. What about you, John? Do you check your wallets? I know you have a dumb phone, so you can't.
Yeah,
you can't take it with you everywhere.
Yeah, that's definitely a little bit problematic. They really need to get on that SMS wallet, man.
Yeah, I know. Well, I actually was reading that, somebody was saying that there actually is some form that it is a version that you can actually use. I didn't look into it, but there might actually be a finished version out there. We'll have to find out. So
nice. At this point, I'll have to use it just just because it's been a running joke for so long.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, if anybody doesn't know, we joke about John's dumb phone all the time. So
yeah. Well, back to the wallets. I like you. I feel horrible admitting it, but I do not check my wallets nearly enough.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, as long as you made it secure in the first place, then theoretically there should be no real reason for you to check it, because they shouldn't really just randomly disappear. But
most of my stuff is in cold storage. So
yeah, which is good. And again, yeah, if you printed those outright, you shouldn't have to have a reason to check them, because you should have printed them outright. But yeah, you just gotta make sure. You never know. So, and I guess that could be one reason. If the money did disappear from one, you might want to clear out the other ones and make a new one or something, just in case the same bug got to multiple of your wallets or something. If you made the same mistake when you were printing the wallets or something like that, it would be a good idea to sweep them to a brand new wallet if just one of them disappears. So that's true. That'd be an interesting scenario. I got actually several more tweets here, guys. Thank you so much for getting to us. We love tweets a ton. This has been by far our best night ever. Thanks to everyone for participating. Let's see here. We were asking people what they would buy if they got filthy rich off of Bitcoin, and that question still stands. Please send us a tweet, #YMB Live, or go to youmeandbtc.com/live. There's a button right there, and vote while you're at it. But anyway, here's some new tweets. This is from Mike Johnson. The handle is @mjohnsonbtc. He says, "I've only converted 3 people so far, hoping to convert more." That was we were talking about, converting people. One of these signs that you're obsessed with Bitcoin is how much pride you feel when you convert someone. And this guy converted 3 people. That's awesome. I mean, like we were saying, John and I might, to the best of our knowledge, we haven't officially converted anyone by ourselves. So congrats to Mike Johnson. Good work converting 3 people. That's awesome. The Baron of Bitcoin, he's been with us all night. Thanks for joining us, man. He says, we were talking about Tim being the punching bag. Normally, we love to make fun of Tim. We just do, and I apologize, Tim. But John was saying, well, Tim's not here. I'm going to have to be the new punching bag. And the Baron of Bitcoin says, you know what's up. I think he's saying, that's right, I'm going to make fun of you, maybe. I don't know. But that's his tweet. Okay, here's another cool one from Mike Johnson. To quote Office Space, 2 chicks at the same time, man. All right, so I guess that's what he would buy if he got rich. No, he says LOL, just kidding. But I love that movie, so I don't know about that just kidding thing. You could be just kidding on the outside, but you never know what's on the inside. 2 chicks at the same time. Okay, here's another one from Bitcoin PR. Tweet us a bit ago. Bitcoin at McDonald's for sure. As awful as that is. Holy cow. So my friend texted me today he says that he bought 6 McDoubles at McDonald's. I don't even know how that's possible. And a large fry.
I don't even know why you'd want 1 McDouble.
Exactly. Anyway, if I could spend Bitcoin there, I guess I might go once or twice. And especially if it was in the drive-through, that'd be awesome. Especially if they use my patented idea to print out a QR code at the speaker and let you pay while you're waiting to get to the window, then I'd definitely go. But that's Bitcoin PR. He says he would spend Bitcoin at McDonald's, as awful as that is. Rockstar says he would buy a Tesla. That's pretty cool. John, you know a lot about Tesla, don't you? What exactly is a Tesla? I think it has something to do with, super powerful electricity, right?
Actually, I think he's talking about the car. It's an electric car.
Okay.
Yeah. I actually
That's pretty cool.
I don't know nearly as much as I should know about
is there
Tesla.
such a thing as an actual Tesla? Isn't it like...
Well, are you
is that the same thing as a Tesla coil? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
now,
Tesla is like a car, an electric car.
Okay, sweet. I think I actually have heard of that. Now, I have some interesting thoughts about electric cars that I don't want to get into right now. But anyway, one more from Rockstar. He says, I love this show. I definitely do too. It's been a fantastic show. So thanks to everybody for tuning in. Still have time to get to youmeandbtc.com/live to send us another tweet. Tell us what you would buy if you got filthy rich off of Bitcoin. What's the first thing you would buy? Send us a tweet. And then vote for tonight's song. You only got I'm showing 14 minutes left to vote. And it's been a crazy tight race today. Oh, John, guess what? My ego is doing so well right now.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Oh, readers, do you read?
I've been checking it.
Pulling ahead by one vote. Readers, do you read? It's barely scraping ahead. That's my ego going crazy right now, man. Thanks, everybody. You guys are the best, but I guess I'm showing 13 minutes now. You never know what could happen. So get over there, youmeandbtc.com/live. Get your votes in. Send us a tweet. What would you buy first thing if you got filthy rich off of Bitcoin? And let's hit a little bit more of this list. I think we're on number 8. I'll hit this one. Number 8 is you're not fazed by, this is great. You're not fazed by price swings anymore, and bad news no longer sets you off in an immediate panic. This is perfect. This is exactly what we spent the first half of the show talking about. The price is way down right now. It really is. It's a price swing like crazy, but we're not fazed anymore. It no longer sets us off in an immediate panic. That's completely true. It just doesn't. Yeah, the price is down. It's still 10 times higher than it was when I bought Bitcoin. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Actually,
let's see.
Yeah, I should say, real quick, this is kind of a funny story. A couple weeks ago, I was talking to Tim's dad for a little bit, and he mentioned something about Bitcoin. He's like, Bitcoin, it's down really low right now. And I was like, yeah, it's down pretty low, but it's still about 7 times what it was when I bought it. So
yeah,
I have that going for me.
It's the truth. And somebody was tweeting that it was about this time last year that we just broke 400. So in the last year, we haven't moved at all, roughly. So we're doing just fine. I think what we're going to do here, we're running low on time, but I think a good plan would be, there's 24 signs here. Why don't we finish off the first 12 today, and we'll save the next 12 for next week. So that'll be pretty cool. I think that'll work out pretty well. Number 9 here, the words Mount Gox make you physically cringe. Oh, man. Do you cringe, John?
I might cringe a little.
Here's what makes me cringe. The words Mount Gox, whatever, yeah, they were a huge mistake. They sucked. Okay, fine. What really makes me cringe is when people come up to me and they're like, oh, Bitcoin, didn't that fall apart that one time or something happened? You know, what bothers me, what makes me cringe is when people think that Mount Gox failed and therefore Bitcoin is a mistake. No, I'm sorry, that doesn't work that way.
Yeah, that's really annoying.
And I will remind people, in case you haven't been around, this article is from CoinDesk, and every sign, every number here has an image with it. Some of them are pretty interesting GIFs. So if you want to check out the images, or if you just can't wait till next week, if you physically can't bear the thought of trying to figure out what the next 12 signs are, CoinDesk.com. Check these out. I'll let you hit number 10, John. What is it?
Number 10, our Bitcoin and BitcoinTalk.org have become your social networks of choice.
For me, that is absolutely true. I still have Facebook open all the time, but literally every time I look at it, I regret it. Because what happens is I just start scrolling, and it's kind of like, well, maybe the next one's actually interesting. No. Well, maybe the next one's actually interesting. No. But the scrolling never stops. And then after a while, I'm like, how long have I been scrolling? This is so dumb. So at some point, it's in my pinned tabs right now, like one of those tabs that's always opened. I'm this close to just closing Facebook for pretty much ever. I might have it on my phone in case somebody messages me. I don't actually even have the Facebook Messenger app. I don't want that app. I hate that app. But I might still keep the regular Facebook app on my phone for random reasons. But I'm pretty darn close to just closing it on my computer forever. I don't know. But anyway, so I do definitely use BitcoinTalk.org all the time now. r/Bitcoin less often, but those are Bitcoin Talk is another pin tab that I have, and yes, I do check that all the time. So I don't know, John, do you use those quite that much?
No, I really don't. I've tried. I found I have a really hard time getting into, I think forums and stuff like that are kind of high commitment social networks. I don't have the patience for those.
Yeah, that's understandable.
I'll be on there for a week pretty heavily, and then after one day of not going on, it's well, I screwed over my whole system, and then I won't be on there for 2 months again, which is pretty bad because I do have an ad on Bitcoin Talk, but I can't really get to those requests right now anyways. I'm pretty bogged down with work.
Yeah,
so Twitter has been my social network of choice recently, I guess, just because it's low commitment. So follow me on Twitter if you don't.
That is true. I guess I didn't mention that, but I guess technically this sign that you're obsessed with Bitcoin doesn't quite apply to me because I think I do like Twitter a little bit better. Yeah, it's awesome, super simple, super easy to use, easy to reach people. We've been we've been tweeting people all night long. We've had a blast. So you still have 7 minutes left if you want to send us something to read on the air. Head to youmeandbtc.com/live. Get your tweets in. Tell us what you would buy if you got filthy rich off of Bitcoin. What's the first thing you would buy? We do have one tweet that I see here that I didn't read yet. Another one from the Baron of Bitcoin. He's been with us all night. Sweet man, thanks for sticking around. He says, so far I've purchased food with gift for myself and my significant other with Bitcoin and hotel rooms with Expedia. That's awesome. I have noticed, there are these sites out there with hotel rooms and flights and stuff for Bitcoin. And there's a pretty good chance that we might be using one of those. But let's jump into number 11. Well, I guess we have, if we're going to number 12, we have 2 left. So what's number 11, John?
Actually, I want to hit number 12 first and go back to 11 just because the tweet we just read. We just read a tweet about using Expedia and stuff like that. Number 12 is you go out of your way to shop at Overstock, Newegg, Expedia, etc. to support their Bitcoin businesses. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing, though. I've actually never used those sites specifically because what I normally do is use purse.io because I can get stuff on Amazon, but I actually got a 30% discount, I think it was 29% discount because it's hard to explain. I got to be real quick, but basically somebody else buys the items for you and they pay with a credit card and you pay them Bitcoin. So it's a way for them to buy Bitcoin with a credit card, and it's a way for you to buy stuff from Amazon with Bitcoin. And you can set the discount however much you want. I was able to get 29% off. So I normally do my Bitcoin shopping at Amazon through purse.io. Had to mention that real quick. So
Yeah, I do too, and I actually got a 33% discount today.
Ooh, dang, that's the maximum that they even allow, but that's awesome.
Yeah, it's probably due to the low price right now.
Oh, that's true. I didn't even think of that, but yeah, it's a good time for people to be buying. So, all right, time for number 11. Finish things off here with this list. Oh, well, this list for today. We'll get back to it next week.
Yeah, this is a good one to finish with. Whenever Bitcoin is brought up, your friends roll their eyes and brace themselves for you to jump into the conversation. Yeah, I think that's more or less true.
Yeah. Now, the thing is, Bitcoin isn't brought up by other people around me that often, but whenever I bring up Bitcoin but when I walk around with my Yumi and BTC, it's a travel mug. Yeah, people look at me and they're like, "Oh, that's your Bitcoin stuff." Yeah, that's what it is. So,
yeah, I actually.
All right, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I rep my Bitcoin Not Bombs T-shirt all the time, but I haven't really got anybody making any comments on it yet.
That's
Nobody's known what it is. Yeah,
Tim
it is.
Tim gave one of those away once, right?
Yeah, it's a story for another time.
Yeah,
that is probably my favorite shirt, though.
Yeah, and it gets a hoodie for someone else. So we'll mention that real quick. Check out Sean's Outpost. Just Google it. So, well, actually, that was technically Bitcoin Not Bombs. But hey, guys, we're running out of time. If you want to vote, you got 2 minutes, guys. There's a timer set. The voting will close at midnight. So get over to youmebtc.com/live. My ego is just still, ballooning out of control. Readers Do You Read is barely pulling ahead by 1 vote. Readers Do You Read is taking on Mr. Wendell. Now here's the thing, I really do love the Mr. Wendell song, so I don't really mind which one we play, but I'm just glad that people listen when I'm like, vote for what I want you to vote for, right?
He doesn't care. No, vote for Mr. Wendell.
Oh, man. We got about a minute left. Let me check the open tweet line. Hey, guys, the hashtag is YMB Live. We've had a blast tonight with tweets, and here's the thing. You can tweet us anytime you want during the week. We call them open tweet lines, and they're open all the time, 24/7. Send us a tweet with the hashtag YMB Live, and we will read it on the air during our next show. So, this has been an amazing night, guys. Thanks for joining us. I'm gonna keep an eye on the voting. Looks like Readers Do You Read is still barely hanging on by a thread. Got a few seconds left to vote. This has been the You, Me, and BTC podcast, our special live edition every Saturday night from 10 p.m. to midnight. Please come back next weekend. Chain Radio should be back up and running on Monday. So regular 24/7, streaming, awesome programming every day. Check it out. Starts again on Monday. We've been recovering from the CDOS attack. And then also check out our regularly scheduled, just our normal recorded podcasts. They come out at some point on Thursday. You can just check Friday if you want to be sure it'll be there. Sometimes I'm a little late, 10 p.m. maybe sometimes. So just check Friday if you want to be sure. But that's our regular podcast every Thursday or Friday. Those episodes also air on Chain Radio Monday nights at 7. So if you want to hear it on Chain Radio, just tune right in and you'll catch our show, our recorded episodes Mondays at 7. Guys, I'm going to refresh one more time, but I'm pretty sure the voting is done. I'm pretty sure Readers Do You Read took it off. Took the trophy, I guess. I don't know, whatever. Yeah. We did it, guys. And by we, I mean me. Well, no, that's true. Not just me, but me and all my supporters who took time out of their day to vote for something that is not what somebody else says. I don't know if that made sense, but thanks, guys, for supporting me. Readers Do You Read takes the cake.
Yeah, thanks for nothing.
Maybe next time, John. Is anything else before we wrap things up, John? I don't know. We've been tweeting all night long, but if you didn't get the message, at You, Me, and BTC, leave a follow. We're also on Facebook, You, Me, and BTC. Anything else?
No, that's it for me.
All right, guys. Happy New Week. It is now your new week. I pray that this new week will be better than the last one. And we'll see you next week. You, Me, and BTC, our special live edition, has been amazing. Really, guys. Awesome night tonight. Probably one of our best nights ever, but that's only because Tim wasn't here, so... Sorry, Tim, if you're listening. That's not true. We love having Tim. I can't wait, actually. Another episode with all three of us would be fantastic, so we'll get there eventually. Thanks again, guys. This is Readers Do You Read by Chris Zabriskie. Thanks to all the voters out there. We'll see you next week. Enjoy.